Dear Life is the mission. How many religions are there? And aren't they really all the same? Great question. There are more religions than you can shake a stick at, and many of those religions spend their time shaking sticks at each other. While each religion can have its subgroups, also called denominations, there are estimated to be more than 4,000 different religions and 30,000 variations of those religions. My comedian friend says, with so many options, there's no excuse for everybody not to have at least 3 favorite religions to follow fervently. Outside of the religions mentioned in the past discussions, we will not forget those smaller religions who play a role in our world. Small doesn't mean irrelevant. Every religion started out small. If I were at a food festival, I would not want to be the only attendee who did not try the pad Thai food. It would be a shame to only consider the grazing available at the Texas Barbecue Palace. It seems only plausible that we should at least look at a few other differing options. Today, let's look at Taoism, often referred to as Taoism in its changes. It is the philosophical tradition of Chinese origin emphasizing living in harmony with everything that exists. It is different from Confucianism in that it does not promote rigid rituals or social order. It is similar in the sense that it promotes a way of achieving personal perfection. Taoism's 3 foundational pillars are compassion, moderation, and humility. Noted for their opposition to capital punishment, they also refuse to assert strong authority, and they abstain from war. Though they often consider their doctrinal ancestors at the top of the respect chain, they are regarded as pantheistic or pantheism. Pantheism is hard to explain in a single sentence. It is often described as the belief that all things are part of Godness. That Godness could be writings, nature, historical relatives, you name it. Godness. Their main text is the Tao Te Ching. It has historical roots going back to the 4th century BCE. Now, let's also give nods to our Kami-no-Michi friends, also known as Shintoists. Japan's largest and earliest known religion has no centralized church or pope. They believe that supernatural entities inhabit all things. Altars are often set up in one's own house to worship and pay tribute to those who have gone before. One scholar suggests that it is best defined as seeking the way of wisdom that is transmitted from the ancient immortals. Some would call this ancestor worship. Some might also be intrigued by the religion of Jainism. Though considered an atheistic religion, they do believe in some form of reincarnation. Jainism conducts itself as a mixing of self-help and commonly accepted codes of ethics. While Jainism has no recognized gods or angelic beings, they recognize 3 guiding principles. Each participant is encouraged to find the right belief, the right knowledge, and the right conduct. But they have to find that. The most devout followers shed themselves of all possessions, including their clothing. Yes, their nakedness is also a statement that they are beyond feelings of modesty or shame. Orthodox monks wear a cloth to cover their face to prevent them from accidentally inhaling tiny flying insects, and many sweep the ground in front of them to avoid crushing any possible living being under their feet. Wow. As you can imagine, they are a nonviolent group. No real discussion could be anywhere near exhausted until we address another religion, the religion of Zoroastrianism. Its obscurity has made a comeback in recent days among the musical sects. Zoroastrianism is based on the belief of a universal struggle between good and evil, yin and yang, but not from that culture. This battle will ultimately culminate in a new world being brought about through spiritually ordered deities. The religion dated back to at least 500 years before Christ and was the state religion of ancient Iranian empires until the Muslim conquest of Persia brought Islam to the regions and they converted to Islam. Their sacred texts are the writings and songs of Zoroaster, and their liturgy is called the Yasna. A devout Zoroastrian's purpose in life is to bring happiness into the world, which wins the cosmic battle against evil. A friend of mine says that all religions could be put in the same bag, and should be, then beaten like a Mexican piñata until the good candy falls out. Is she right? Wow. There is certainly a theme that runs throughout all the major and minor religions. That is, common man trying to overcome an evil influence that is destroying humanity. Each religion has a slightly different way of doing that. Well, at least somewhat different way of saying they are doing that. We will see. Among the Abrahamic religions, it goes like this. Islam's God of Abraham is named Allah. Their chief prophet is Muhammad, peace be unto him. Humankind is made right with Allah and goes to eternal paradise through confession of sin and continued right living. Hell is a temporary place where sins are burned away. Judaism's God of Abraham is Yahweh. Their chief prophets are Moses and David. You are made right with Yahweh and go to an afterlife of many forms, paradise or New Jerusalem, and any righteous person can go there. They have no eternal hell. Christianity version 1's God of Abraham is Yahweh. Their chief prophet is the Messiah, Christ. Humankind is made right with Yahweh, Jehovah, through confession of sin and belief in the sacrificial death of Christ. They receive eternal life in heaven with others who believed. Hell is the punishment for those who reject God's love. Christianity version 2, as God of Abraham, is a trinity of Yahweh, Yeshua Jesus, and the Spirit of God. Mankind is given eternal life by their belief that Jesus sacrificed his life for the forgiveness of their sins. They will receive life in heaven with others who also believed. Hinduism's God is a trinity of a father, a mother, and a child representing both males and females. Your humble and loving actions in this life determine your class in another life, as everyone is an immortal soul. The very well-lived life may result in a life in the heavens with family members who have also lived well. Buddhism has no central God, yet venerates many divine and wise beings. Their goal is to reach personal nirvana, peace, through sobriety, honesty, life-saving, and humility. The goal is not an eternal place, but an eternal state of nirvana. If we based religion on observation of each one's cultural success, right now, what religion would win? Seriously. If you just looked at the good achieved in the world under the name of a certain religion or leader, what religion would get the gold medal? How about the silver medal? Which would be asked to not bother attending the games next year? Some of you might say that it would be an atheistic science, not religion, that would win. That is a viable point. Science certainly has brought us both vaccines and the hydrogen bomb. Has it made the world a better place? I'm just asking the question. A viewer asked this question. If our religion or science is just a matter of mental beliefs that do not affect the world for the better, do we need them at all? That's a valid question too. Should a religion bring about the betterment of the people who bow at its altar and maybe the betterment of all humankind? I don't know what your religion has accomplished or not accomplished. I don't know. Let me say this. Please show me your faith, your religion, by your works. Then I will believe your faith in your religion. Hey, until next time, I love you. Peace.